Hello, students. Today we will discuss about the developments leading to the Bohr's model of atom. Now, it is observed that the all elements give their characteristics line spectra, that is the emission spectra, and this spectra of the elements could not be explained on the basis of Rutherford's nuclear model of atom. Therefore, in order to explain the line spectra, firstly, it is very important to understand what is the nature of the light, that is the radiant energy. And further, in order to explain the nature of the light, an attempt was firstly done by the James Clerk Maxwell in 1864, and he gave his theory that is called electromagnetic wave theory. And further, a new theory was given by the Planck in 1900, and that is called as the Planck's quantum theory. Now, when the electromagnetic wave theory was given, it is found that the Rutherford's model of atom, it suffers from a serious drawback. Therefore, a new model of atom was introduced by the Niels Bohr in 1913, and that new model is called as the Bohr's model of atom. And this Bohr's model of atom was very much able to explain all the drawbacks of Rutherford's model of atom, as well as it explained the main lines of the hydrogen spectrum. Therefore, further, now we will take all these developments one by one. So, firstly, we will take the wave nature of electromagnetic radiations, that is the electromagnetic wave theory. Now, as we know, this theory was given by the scientist James Clerk Maxwell. James Clerk Maxwell in 1864. Okay, and the main points of this theory are, number one, the first point, सबसे पहले जेम्स क्लर्क मैक्सवेल ने सबसे पहली बात क्या कही, means the energy is emitted from any source, that is either by a heated iron rod or by a filament of a bulb through which the electric current is passed continuously in the form of radiations, and that energy is called as the radiant energy. मीन्स किसी भी जब आप सब्सटेंस को हीट करोगे, जैसा आयरन रॉड है लिया, या आपने बल्ब फिलामेंट ऑफ द बल्ब, जो जब आप बल्ब को जलाओगे तो जो उसका फिलामेंट होगा वो जो एनर्जी एमिट करेगा, इट विल एमिट एनर्जी कंटिन्यूसली इन द फॉर्म ऑफ रेडिएशंस, और उस एनर्जी को हम नाम देते हैं रेडिएंट एनर्जी. दैट एनर्जी इज कॉल्ड एज द रेडिएंट एनर्जी. दिस इज द फर्स्ट पॉइंट ऑफ दिस थ्योरी. ओके, द सेकंड पॉइंट ऑफ दिस थ्योरी इज दैट the radiations consist of electric and magnetic field, and both are oscillating perpendicular to each other, and also they are perpendicular to the direction of propagation of the wave. Means दूसरी बात इन्होंने क्या कही कि जो radiations है, they consist of one electric field component and other magnetic field component, और ये दोनों जो components होते हैं ये एक दूसरे के perpendicular oscillate करते हैं, and also they oscillates perpendicular to the direction of propagation of the wave. Means कि जिस डायरेक्शन में वेव मूव कर रही है उसके भी ये कंपोनेंट दोनों perpendicular डायरेक्शन में मूव करते हैं. Okay, so this is the first second point of this theory. The third point of this theory is that the radiations possess wave character. ये जो radiations होती है उनका एक wave character होता है, and they travels with the velocity of light. That is, you know, the velocity of light is 3 into 10 raised to power 8 meter per second. This is the velocity of light. That is 3 into 10 to power 8 meter per second. So, due to all these characteristics, these radiations are called as the electromagnetic radiations, or they are called as the electromagnetic waves. Okay. The fourth point is also of this theory is that, means these waves, they do not require any material medium for their propagation. Means these waves, they do not require any material medium for their propagation. For example, means as we know, the sun rays which we are receiving, they travel through space, which is a non-material medium. Okay, the fourth point of this theory is that these waves, they do not require any material medium for their propagation. They even travel through vacuum also. Means that is, the sun rays which we are receiving, they travel through space, and we know that is a non-material medium. So this is the fourth point of this theory. Now let's discuss some important characteristics of wave. Waves की important characteristics कौन कौन सी होती हैं? There are mainly three characteristics of a wave, and firstly we know the first characteristics of the wave is, that is the wavelength. Wavelength represented by lambda. Second is frequency. Frequency represented by nu. Third is velocity represented by c. And fourth is amplitude. Amplitude represented by a. And fifth is wave number. Wave number represented by nu bar. And sometimes sixth discusses, that is the period, represented by tau. Okay, so these are the mainly there are three characteristics of the wave, that is the wavelength, frequency and velocity. And beside these three characteristics, three or more, that is amplitude, wave number as well as the period. Now we will discuss all these characteristics one by one. Now firstly we know the wave. A simple wave can be shown like this. It is a simple wave, and we know in this wave, this upper half, it is called as the crest. This is called crest, and this lower half is called trough. It is called as the trough. So it is crest, it is trough. So one crest and one trough, it completes one wave. Further, next one crest, one trough, it completes the other wave. Okay, so this is the, it is the full wave, you can say. Okay, one crest, one trough, one crest, one trough. Okay, so firstly we will discuss what is the wavelength. Now the wavelength of a wave may be defined as the distance between any two consecutive crest, or any two consecutive trough. दो साथ साथ वाले जो क्रेस्ट होंगे या जो दो साथ साथ वाले ट्रफ होंगे, उनके बीच में जो डिस्टेंस होता है, उस डिस्टेंस को हम नाम देते हैं वेवलेंथ का. और ये जो वेवलेंथ है उसको रिप्रेजेंट करते हैं लैम्डा से, दैट इज कॉल्ड लैम्डा. ओके, एंड इट इज एक्सप्रेस्ड इन द यूनिट्स लाइक एंगस्ट्रॉम. एंगस्ट्रॉम में रिप्रेजेंट करते हैं, और सेंटीमीटर्स, और समटाइम्स इट इज ऑल्सो एक्सप्रेस्ड इन मीटर्स, and sometimes picometers and nanometers. So for example, अगर आप 1 एंगस्ट्रॉम की बात करो तो 1 एंगस्ट्रॉम is equal to 10 raised to power minus 8 centimeter, which is equal to 10 raised to power minus 10 meters. 1 nanometer is equal to 10 raised to power minus 9 meters. 1 picometer is equal to 10 raised to power minus 12 meters. So the wavelength is expressed either in angstrom or in centimeters or in meters or in picometers or in nanometers. So it is the wavelength. Okay, the second characteristic is frequency. Now the frequency of a wave is the number of waves passing through a point in 1 second. कि किसी भी पॉइंट से एक सेकेंड में जितनी वेव्स पास होती हैं उसको हम बोलते हैं उसकी फ्रीक्वेंसी. और फ्रीक्वेंसी को हम रिप्रेजेंट करते हैं म्यू से, दैट इज कॉल्ड न्यू. इट इज कॉल्ड न्यू. And the units of frequency means the frequency is expressed in the units such as hertz by the name of the scientist Hertz, or cycles per second. And we know the cycle is a number, means no units, so sometimes it can be written as second inverse or second inverse. So the units of frequency are either hertz, and 1 hertz is equal to 1 cycle per second, or simply 1 hertz is equal to 1 second inverse or second inverse. So it is the frequency. Now third characteristic is velocity. Now the velocity of a wave may be defined as the linear distance traveled by the wave in 1 second. Linear distance traveled by the wave in 1 second. It is represented by c. And the units of velocity are either centimeter per second or meter per second. So these are the unit of velocity. Okay. Now, the fourth characteristic is amplitude. Amplitude of a wave is defined as the height of the crest और द डेप्थ ऑफ द ट्रफ। आपको पता है कि वेव में जितनी क्रेस्ट की हाइट होगी उतनी ट्रफ की डेप्थ होगी। तो चाहे आप क्रेस्ट की हाइट ले लो, चाहे आप ट्रफ की डेप्थ ले लो, इस हाइट को हम नाम देते हैं एम्पलीट्यूड का, और एम्पलीट्यूड को हम रिप्रेजेंट करते हैं स्मॉल ए से। ओके, एंड दिस एम्पलीट्यूड हैज द यूनिट्स सेम एज दैट ऑफ द यूनिट्स ऑफ लेंथ। मींस जो लेंथ के यूनिट्स होते हैं मीटर सेंटीमीटर, वही एम्पलीट्यूड के यूनिट्स होते हैं। दैट इज okay. The fifth characteristic is wave number. Now, as it indicates wave number, means wave number of a wave is the number of waves present in 1 centimeter length. Means कि 1 centimeter length में जितनी waves present होती हैं उसको हम बोलते हैं उसका वेव नंबर। वेव नंबर को हम रिप्रेजेंट करते हैं न्यू बार से। न्यू से तो हम करते हैं फ्रीक्वेंसी को, बट जब न्यू के ऊपर बार लगा देते हैं तो उसको हम नाम देते हैं वेव नंबर का। Now, wave number is nothing but it is the reciprocal of wavelength. ये wavelength का reciprocal होता है। So we can write that is the nu bar is equal to 1 upon lambda. Very very important formula. Wave number is equal to reciprocal of wavelength. So now what are the units of wave number? Since the lambda has the unit, you know the units of lambda are either meter or centimeter. Therefore, the wave number has the units either centimeter inverse or meter inverse. Okay, so the next characteristics of the wave is the period. So we know the period of the wave. The period of the wave is the time taken for one wave to pass through a point. So period is nothing but it is the time taken for the wave to pass through a point in 1 second. Means किसी भी वेव को 1 सेकेंड में किसी पॉइंट से पास होने में जितना टाइम लगता है उसको हम नाम देते हैं उसका पीरियड का। सो पीरियड इज रिप्रेजेंटेड बाय टॉ, दैट इज टॉ इज इक्वल टू 1 अपॉन न्यू। मींस इट इज नथिंग बट इट इज द रेसिप्रोकल ऑफ फ्रीक्वेंसी, दैट इज टॉ इज इक्वल टू 1 अपॉन न्यू। ओके, नाउ व्हाट आर द यूनिट्स ऑफ दिस पीरियड? फ्रीक्वेंसी के यूनिट्स होते हैं सेकंड इनवर्स। सो पीरियड के यूनिट्स हो गए टॉ इज इक्वल टू आइदर सेकंड or second. So it has the unit of seconds. Okay, so these are the characteristics of the waves. Now let us discuss the relationship between wavelength, frequency and velocity of a wave. Now, as we know, frequency is the number of waves passing through a point in 1 second, and let the length of the wave is lambda. Therefore, the product of the frequency of the wave and the length of the wave, that is lambda, is equal to the velocity of that wave, that is c. Means what we have discussed, we know the frequency is the number of waves passing through a point in 1 second, and let lambda is the length of each wave. Therefore, the product of frequency as well as the wavelength of the wave is equal to the velocity of that wave. That is nu into lambda is equal to c. Very very important relationship. This relation is used in solving the numerical problem. That is nu is equal to nu into lambda is equal to c. It implies also nu is equal to c upon lambda. Very very important formula. And further, when the nu is given, then lambda is equal to c upon nu. So these are the three formulae. That is nu into lambda is equal to c, nu is equal to c upon lambda, or lambda is equal to c upon nu. So it is the relationship between wavelength, frequency and velocity of the wave. Now next we will discuss about the electromagnetic spectrum. That is the electromagnetic spectrum. जो different types of इलेक्ट्रोमैग्नेटिक वेव्स होती हैं, दे डिफर फ्रॉम ईच अदर रिस्पेक्ट टू देयर वेवलेंथ और फ्रीक्वेंसीज। ये डिफरेंट टाइप्स ऑफ इलेक्ट्रोमैग्नेटिक वेव्स हैं, वो एक दूसरे से कैसे डिफर करती हैं, आइदर इन टर्म्स ऑफ देयर वेवलेंथ और फ्रीक्वेंसीज। नाउ the order of different electromagnetic waves in the order of their increasing wavelength is given as, you know, firstly the cosmic rays is less than the gamma rays, which is less than the X rays, which is less than the UV rays, ultraviolet rays, is less than visible rays, which is very important, is less than IR rays, infrared rays, which is less than microwaves, which is less than radio waves. So this is the order of different electromagnetic waves in their decreasing wavelength. In the order of the increasing wavelength. That is, cosmic rays is less than gamma rays, less than X rays, less than UV rays, less than visible, less than IR, less than microwaves and less than radio wave. Means जो cosmic rays होती हैं, they have the lowest wavelength, और जो radio waves हैं, they have the highest wavelength. Or in terms of frequency, we can say, since wavelength are and frequency are inversely proportional to each other, therefore we can say if the cosmic rays has the lowest wavelength, then they have the highest frequency, and if radio waves has the highest wavelength, then they have the lowest frequency. So the cosmic rays less than gamma rays, less than X rays, less than UV rays, less than visible rays, less than IR rays, less than microwaves and less than radio waves. And this order of the increasing order of arrangement of different electromagnetic waves in their wavelength, it can be learned by remembering a particular line. That is how you will remember this order by this line. क्या हो गया है जो उस बात पर इतना मुस्कुरा रहे हो. So here क्या means cosmic rays, हो गया है, गया means gamma rays, जो then गया के बाद आ जाएगा X rays, then उस means ultraviolet rays, then बात visible rays, which is very very important reason which we see, visible rays, पर इतना IR rays, इतना मुस्कुरा microwaves, रहे हो means radio waves. So you can remember this order by remembering this line. क्या हो गया है जो उस बात पर इतना मुस्कुरा रहे हो. Okay, so this is the electromagnetic spectrum. So electromagnetic spectrum की अगर हम बात करें तो इन रेज को हम नहीं देख सकते, कॉस्मिक रेज, गामा रेज, एक्स रेज, यूवी रेज, IR रेज, बट ये जो विजिबल रेज है, विजिबल जो रीजन है हमारा, उस विजिबल रीजन में क्योंकि जो उसकी वेवलेंथ होती है डिफरेंट वेव्स की इस रीजन में, वो हमारे जो आईज हैं वो उसको इजीली देख सकती हैं. फॉर एग्जांपल अगर आप विजिबल रीजन की बात करोगे तो जो विजिबल रीजन है मीन्स अगर जो स्पेक्ट्रम ऑफ विजिबल रेज है मीन्स उस चीज को अगर आप बात करो तो विजिबल रीजन और रेज, इसका जो स्पेक्ट्रम है उसकी अगर आप वेवलेंथ की बात करोगे, so that wavelength lambda, it is let's suppose it is 400, it is 500, 600, 700 and it is 800. Now firstly it is 380, okay, then 430, it is 380, it is 430, then it is 450, 430, then it is 450, then it is 490, 490, then it is 500, 60 rather, this point 560, then it is 590, then it is 650, almost half, 650, then it is 760, almost 760. So it is VIVGYOR, that is Viv coil, VIVGYOR. Now the violet region is 380 to 430, then indigo 430 to 450, then blue 450 to 490, then 490 to 560 green, 560 to 590 yellow, 590 to 650 orange, then 650 to 760 red region. Means the red color has the highest wavelength. Okay, the violet color has the lowest wavelength. So this is the visible region, means spectrum of the visible light, okay, which we can observe. So it is all about the electromagnetic spectrum. So what is electromagnetic spectrum? The arrangement of different electromagnetic radiations in the order of their increasing wavelength or decreasing frequency. That spectrum obtained is called as electromagnetic spectrum. That is the arrangement of different electromagnetic radiations either in the order of their increasing wavelength or decreasing frequency is called as electromagnetic spectrum. So just we have written the electromagnetic spectrum, that is the सबसे कम वेवलेंथ होगी कॉस्मिक रेज की, सबसे ज्यादा वेवलेंथ होगी रेडियो वेव्स की, या सबसे ज्यादा फ्रीक्वेंसी होगी कॉस्मिक रेज की और सबसे कम फ्रीक्वेंसी होगी रेडियो वेव्स की. सो दिस इज द इलेक्ट्रोमैग्नेटिक स्पेक्ट्रम. ओके, थैंक यू.